9 News Plus weather, sponsored by Carrier Colorado. The future of home comfort is here.
Good afternoon, everyone, and happy Wednesday. Halfway through the week and almost to the weekend, 2 more days before. And this weekend actually features temperatures back in the 50s and 60s. Everywhere in between, a little bit of a different story as Mother Nature is bringing an upper level low pressure system, of course, along with a cold front. Increased moisture activity in the upper atmosphere is responsible for our next system that's set to move into the picture later on this evening, continuing through much of the day tomorrow and even bleeds on over into early Friday. So let me take you through that right now. Before we get to any of the winter weather, we have to talk about the rest of today, though, as we are under a red flag warning for our south and eastern portion of Colorado. Gusts up to 40 miles per hour possible, and relative humidity even lower than what we were dealing with yesterday, less than 13%. So keep that burning restrictions on, especially through this afternoon. And then as we head through the rest of the week, things are going to take a change, and we have increased moisture content for us over the next 24 to 48 hours. Winds gusting up to 30 miles per hour this afternoon near Springfield and Lamar, staying strong even through later this evening and into the early hours of tomorrow morning. Currently, temperatures in the upper 60s, nearing 70 degrees in Denver. Good afternoon, Lyman. We're sitting at 72 degrees. Lamar, almost at 80 degrees. Colby pushing into Kansas, we are at 80 degrees. So there are some 80s on this map. They're not going to be sticking around for a whole lot longer, though, as we are expecting that cold front to run through the picture. Not only will that bring us some snowfall, but also that's going to drop back down temperatures to well below average for this time of the year. Highs for today only going to be a few degrees warmer than where we are at right now. 73 degrees in the metro area. Colorado Springs, a touch cooler at 66. Pueblo in the upper 60s and lower 70s. Tomorrow, a completely different ball game for the most part. Lamar still at 77, though. You see this very, very well-defined cold front. It doesn't take a meteorologist to see it, really. From Burlington through Lyman, down through Colorado Springs, Pueblo and Trinidad on the warm side of the cold front, of course, on that eastern portion of the cold front. Meanwhile, as that cold front pushes through the picture, you can start to see those temperatures really sinking back down into the 30s and 40s. Gunnison will do 41 degrees as a high temperature tomorrow. Denver, 51 degrees, a far cry from what we've been working with over the past 48 to 72 hours. And in turn, because of the moisture that we are going to be receiving and the snowfall that the upper elevations and for some areas in the lower elevations are going to receive, we have a winter weather advisory and a winter storm warning. Starting down towards the winter storm warning for Telluride down through Durango and, of course, the San Juan Mountains, 12 to 24 inches of snowfall are possible between midnight tonight and through early Friday morning, around 6 a.m. Meanwhile, the areas that you see in light blue, 4 to 8 inches near Gunnison, Aspen around 6 to 12 inches, very similar near Steamboat Springs and out towards Meeker and Grand Junction. The I-70 corridor pushing through the mountains, it's going to be very, very messy over the next, say, 24 to 36 hours. So if you could avoid traveling, I would do so. Regardless, if you do plan on traveling through the mountains this or over the next, say, day or so, make sure to take it easy, use those snow tires, and of course, use four-wheel drive. This is why we have this next system coming. An upper-level low pressure system moves into the picture. Earlier this week, we were actually forecasting for this low pressure system to be to the south and west of the Denver metro area and the Colorado region. So we're really in south central Nevada, pushing into south central Utah, and even northern Arizona. That was what we were originally thinking. Models have since shifted. It's actually now going to be to the south and east of the Colorado region. That's going to change up a few things for us. So that's actually going to wrap around moisture from the Gulf of Mexico, have it push into parts of western Kansas, the panhandles of both Oklahoma and Texas, and of course, for south central Colorado and the mountains, we are going to be getting some influence from this upper level low pressure system because it is wrapping up that moisture from the Gulf of Mexico. You combine that with a cold front coming in from west to east, and the result is this right here. Tomorrow morning, between 8 and 9 o'clock, we have a mix of rain and snow down near Durango and Telluride, but for the most part, the mountains are going to be getting a nice healthy dose of snowfall. Great news for those skiers and snowboarders looking to get some of those runs in over the next couple weeks. This continues through Thursday afternoon, even pushing into Thursday evening. You can see the metro area getting a few flakes by Thursday night at 11 o'clock. By Friday morning, say between the 6 and 7 o'clock hour, we're waking up to clear skies in the metro area and the Denver region. Same thing goes for Fort Collins and Colorado Springs along the I-25 corridor. Otherwise, a few spotty snow showers just to the south and west of Aspen. When it's all said and done, I'm going to show you two different models. This first model, GFS, the Global Forecasting System, we're talking anywhere between 8 to 10 inches near Vail and Winter Park, a little bit less aggressive than what we have seen. And actually, these two models that I'm going to show you flipped. Yesterday, the euro was a little bit more bearish, and the GFS was a little bit more bullish. Today is going to be the opposite. The GFS, the Global Forecasting System, is going to be a little bit more bearish, and the euro is going to be more bullish on how much snowfall we're actually going to be getting. So 8 to 10 inches near Telluride, Aspen, a little bit less than that, 4 to 6 inches there. Meanwhile, Vail and Winter Park, 8 to 10 inches. This is the European model, though. It's showing Winter Park nearing 12 inches of snow, so almost a foot of snowfall possible near Winter Park. Vail, around 8 to 10 inches of snow. Telluride, 8 to 10 inches as well. Meanwhile, Fort Collins, just under an inch. Steamboat Springs, 7 to 8 inches. So this is something that we're keeping an eye on very, very closely. Of course, that low pressure system, since it has shifted to the south and east, we're expecting a little bit higher and more aggressive snow totals. So as of right now, I am leaning towards the European model, but this is just something to keep in mind, that 9 to 11 to even 12 inches of snow possible in Winter Park. Same thing goes for Vail and Leadville, and of course Aspen, 5 to 8 inches of snowfall there, as shown by the European model. So something to keep in mind as we head through the next 24 hours. It is going to be extremely slick come tomorrow afternoon into tomorrow evening on the roadways, and you got to keep in mind too that overnight a lot of the roads start freezing over. So we get that snow melts during the day fall. By nighttime, temperatures drop back down to at or below freezing, and that refreezes the roadways, making them extremely slick the morning after. So both Thursday morning, Friday morning, and of course Saturday morning is something to keep an eye on as we move forward. 7-day forecast, not looking too bad besides Thursday and Friday. We're back in the 60s on Saturday and Sunday with fair conditions on the way. Middle to lower 60s on Monday and Tuesday, and then back into the 50s as we head towards the middle of the week. But tomorrow and Friday, those are going to be indoors days. Enjoy maybe your favorite Netflix film with a cup of coffee, and things are looking good as we head into the weekend. We'll be able to get back outdoors and enjoy some mild and fair conditions on both Saturday and Sunday. All right, everyone, that is enough for me today. Of course, Chief Meteorologist Kathy Sabin, she'll be on at 4 and 5 newscasts, bringing the latest weather updates, and meteorologist Danielle Miller will be on, or Danielle Grant, that is. Danielle Miller was my old co-worker. Danielle Grant, that is, will be on tonight at 6, 9, and 10 with the latest forecast for you. So make sure to join us on 9 News, and of course you can always check out the latest forecast on 9news.com/weather. Have a great Wednesday, everyone.